Hi everyone, I'm Grace. I'm an Adventure Freedivers instructor candidate and I'm here to talk to you today about one of the body systems called the endocrine system. The body is made up of lots of different complex systems that all network and interact with one another. One of them, called the endocrine system, is what I'll be talking about for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to touch on what it is, what it does, how freediving affects it, and how we can help look after it so that it can keep us strong and healthy as divers. So firstly, what is the endocrine system? The endocrine system is a system of glands in the body that produce hormones. Hormones are the chemical messengers that are released from one endocrine gland. They travel through the bloodstream and they affect change in another area of the body. These are the main glands of the endocrine system. And these are the ones we will pay closer attention to today. The pituitary gland in the head produces ADH, a hormone that helps control water balance through its effect on the kidneys, and it also produces endorphins, which decrease pain and help make us feel good. The thyroid gland, located in the throat, produces the hormone thyroxine, which helps control the rate of metabolism, which in diving relates directly to how quickly you consume the oxygen that's available in your body. The adrenal glands, located just above your kidneys in your abdomen, they produce the hormone adrenaline, which increases the heart rate and blood pressure when under stress, and it produces corticosteroids that help control salt and water balances in the body. So, how does freediving affect our endocrine system? All systems of the body are so closely interlinked, it's impossible to talk about one without touching on others, but for today's discussion, I've just picked two examples that we can kind of touch on. Firstly, as we dive, we all know that the water around us exerts a certain pressure on our body. The deeper we go, the bigger that pressure becomes, the more compressed our body and all the air spaces in our body become. When that happens, fluid and blood shift in our body, usually from our limbs up to our torso, to fill and accommodate those spaces. This change, like all other changes in our body, is constantly monitored by our endocrine system. It perceives the change in pressure to mean that we have too much liquid inside us and that we need to remove some of it. So the pituitary gland and the adrenal glands secrete their hormones, which circulate in the bloodstream until they reach the kidneys, and they deliver the message that we need to remove some water from our body. These dutiful little kidneys get to work and they produce urine that fills our bladder that makes us need to pee. And if any of you have ever been diving before, you'll know just how much you pee when you're in the water. So to look after yourself, make sure you rehydrate and drink plenty of water after your dives. The second point I'll touch on in regards to how freediving affects the endocrine system is largely related to mental stress. Now, lots of things can cause stress before and during a dive. The fear of diving, the fear of what might be lurking in the water, the pressure to perform, pre-competition jitters, all of this is monitored by the endocrine system, and the adrenal glands and the thyroid produce hormones in response. Adrenaline causes the heart rate to increase. Thyroxine, in conjunction with this increase in heart rate, causes you to metabolize and burn through your oxygen stores faster. It's funny though that the systems that cause these things are the same systems that have the ability to reverse them. If we consciously breathe in a slow and rhythmical manner before diving and try to instate a sense of calm in our minds, our bodies will respond by reducing the levels of hormones they are producing or by secreting another hormone to oppose the original change. The influence of hydration on the endocrine system. Hydration is important. Your body is made up of a mix of water as well as electrolytes, salts, and other ions. Imagine if you were mixing a cordial drink for yourself and you've got the cordial concentrate and you mix it in water. Too much concentrate in your glass is going to produce a really strong tasting sweet drink. Conversely, if you've got too much water and too little cordial concentrate, you're going to produce a really weak flavored, unappetizing drink. The correct balance between the two is what makes your cordial yummy. Similarly, in your body, you need the correct balance of water and electrolytes and ions and salts, because this balance affects other systems like your muscular system. It's important to keep your muscles working and to stop them cramping, to give them the right nutrients that they need. If you don't drink enough water and you become dehydrated, that balance changes. Suddenly you've got a lot of salts and electrolytes and not enough water. So your body will respond, it will send out hormones to your kidney. Your kidneys will try and retain some more water, it will pull water back out and decrease your urine production. It will flush out some electrolytes and ions in your urine to try and restore that balance. Then conversely, if you drink to try and compensate, you've now tipped the scale in the other direction and you've got more fluid and not enough ions, and then your endocrine system has to work to adjust it again. If you don't have enough water moving through your system, your kidneys are at risk of infections, urinary tract infections. You really need to be flushing a good amount of water through your kidneys to keep them healthy. So you can help keep your endocrine system happy by drinking lots of water on your dive days. Long-term effects or adaptations that may occur in response to regular freediving. So let's switch back to the other example we were talking about, the diver who's a bit mentally stressed at the surface before a dive. Like any adaptation, with time and practice, the body will become more efficient at doing something. Think back to a time that you learnt a new physical skill, for example, skiing or water skiing or lifting a heavy weight in a new exercise at the gym. If I think to say wakeboarding or water skiing, when you first learn it, your body doesn't know the movement pattern well. It braces with everything that it's got to let you do this skill. Chances are you're going to feel a bit sore the next day from it. But with regular practice, your body develops efficiencies. It hones in its technique until, in time, you're water skiing or wakeboarding, but all of a sudden you're not braced with everything. You're quite relaxed, you're just cruising through it, you're using the least amount of effort possible. You've developed that efficiency. The endocrine system is not different to any other system in your body in this respect. With time and practice, it develops its own efficiencies. The stress diver at the surface getting ready to descend, when he starts his pre-dive breathe up, his system goes, this feels familiar. We know what to do. We know what hormones are needed in this situation, and it sends out the chemical messengers that make him feel calmer, that help to slow his heart rate down, help to decrease how quickly he metabolizes through his oxygen. It helps him just get into a state of readiness and calm for his dive much sooner and quicker than it would have when he first started out diving. So how do we keep our endocrine system happy and healthy? It's kind of the same basic three principles that keep all of our body systems happy and healthy. You want to eat well, drink well, and regularly exercise. Hydration is key. We touched on that before. Eating a balanced diet that includes lots of nutrients, including a lot of protein, will really help your endocrine system. And regular exercise helps it helps your hormones to regulate and adapt over time. They will become more efficient at responding to exercise, and when you're in that sense of regularity, there's less shift from one extreme to another where your body really has to compensate and adapt. The way if you were a sedentary person, then all of a sudden tried to run a marathon, there'd be a huge amount of stress put on your body. But if you do little bits every day, your body becomes accustomed to it and it becomes happy and healthy with what you're doing. So in summary, your endocrine system is a system of glands in the body. These glands secrete hormones, which are a chemical messenger that travel through the bloodstream, and they cause changes in response to something else that has happened. Freediving affects our endocrine system in many different ways, including mentally and physically, but the best way that we can help to keep our systems happy and healthy, to stay fit as divers, is to eat well, drink well, and regularly exercise. Hope you guys got something out of this today. Thanks for your time. We'll see you in the water.